Hey, it's BrickTsar. It's time to do a Lego haul. I came down here to the basement. I actually came down here about 30 minutes ago and then got sidetracked and had to go back upstairs. But I haven't even cleared the stuff off from the last haul. So I got to get all this stuff out of the way. Shout out to Mayo again for sending me this stuff here. And I was working on something else, which I'll show you in a minute. But let me clear some room out. I mean, this table. We got it all cleared out and it's piled up. But I usually the extent to what I do here in the basement is in these videos. So anyway, I'm going to move that stuff and then come back. So I put all those trans neon parts and some of these other translucent parts in here, and I got these drawers where I got 3 drawers that I store these things. But I found my BrickTsar with the granny glasses. Yeah, that's the only glasses they made in the maxi figure. This is from Philly Brick Fest, and there's TheyMightBeBricks Alien. Where did his tail go? In my Lego boxes, these are the empty boxes. You know, we built the diner, or TheyMightBeBricks built it, and he built the first order heavy assault walker. So I'm gonna break these boxes down. So that's the only good thing about the modern boxes is you can flatten them down. So I do this with all my boxes. I keep at least one box for every set that I have. As far as if I got duplicates, I may only keep one box. But I made the mistake of throwing away my castle boxes years ago from my castle collection, and some of those sets, the box there for a while was worth more than the actual set. But anyway, I know that it's not the case with these, but I still like to keep them. All right, so we're ready to look at the first thing in our auction. All right, it's time to look at our first thing in this haul. I went through a lot, but I realized that people probably wonder, what does this guy do? He does these videos and he does nothing else. I'm starting to ramble again, but I don't have much free time. So, like I said, usually it's setting up to film a video and film the video, and then I go and then we eat dinner and spend time with the family. So I don't usually have time to do as much as I would like building stuff. I'm going to try to do some stuff this evening. But what do we get from this seller? All right, so basically I went to this seller for one piece. Again, I had a hard time finding somebody selling this blue brick for a Darth Maul set that I'm trying to complete. I had a hard time finding it from one seller. So there we go. So that's for Darth Maul. So now we'll look at all the other random things. I got the solid stuff. That seems to be a consistent thing lately. I'm not buying these for any particular set, but I know I've used them a lot completing out sets for old vintage sets when they had the closed stud round bricks. I just pick them up sometimes when I'm in the store. Oh look, I got the random pink pieces. These are the old Paradisa pink, not the modern pink. And some will tell you that there's actually 2 different versions of pink. I just think they made an error with the color in those sets. And then here's old wire for the old 4.5 volt motor era. Got some more blue plates. And these I need for Darth Maul right here. I've been trying to stock up on 1x1s. I accidentally sold some in my own collection today. I should have kept them. I need to go through my collection and take out all 1x1 plates. I'm working on making mosaics, is why I'm getting those. But I need these for Darth Maul, and I just went back and looked at a previous haul I did, because I was supposed to have a bunch of these, and they weren't in the haul, and then I realized, he refunded me for those because he didn't have them. So I'm actually still short some. I need a 23, so that's 5, so I need 18 more of these, and I haven't been able to find any in my own collection. I'm sure there's some down here somewhere. Oh, and I can take them out of the London bus, but it still wouldn't. Yeah, I think there's close to the amount that I need in the London bus. But yeah, that's the thing when they were short on the piece that I actually needed on that other haul. All right, this is a terrible list here, but this is my stupid system. I'm done with that page. This is the inventory for Darth Maul. And these are the parts for Darth Maul in the container. So I needed, nope, I got all those. I'm done with that page. It's got a big check. If I put the big check on it, that means I'm done with it. So I needed one. I got one. So I can check that off. So that piece is done. So I think that finishes up that page.
Thanks for helping. Gracias.
So that page is done. This page is done. Oh, here's where I still need 13 1x1 red plates. I still need, nope, got all those now. And I need 23, so I got 5 that I'm adding here. So I'm going to change that to an 18. Oh, that's terrible handwriting. All right, so I need 13 1x1. I got to be able to find 13 1x1 red plates. Need those. And I need 3. You can't see it because my ink ran out on my printer, I guess. I need 3 Technic 1x1 bricks with a hole. That's a 1x1 brick with a hole, Technic brick. I need 3 of them. I actually have those coming in a recent Bricklink order, so I can't remember if that's the one I bought from the U.S. or from overseas. It may be a while before it gets here. But I also need 28 of these 10 plate modifiers. I used to have them in my Bricklink store. I must have sold them. And I wrote Tower Bridge because they are in Tower Bridge set. And I also need some of them for one of these other sets I'm trying to complete here. I think it's the City Skyline. So I'm going to need to part out my Tower Bridge. So I need those 3 parts. And that is it. That's all we got left. And then we'll have all the parts for Darth Maul. Doing train videos and stuff got on top of this. But there are my 2 Tower Bridges that I'm going to part out. One of these I got at Bargain Hunt, so it's got it all taped up box. And I may have already stolen some parts out of this. I have to check to see if any of the bags are open. But I'm going to be parting those out. I got a bunch of empty drawers. We get in the Bricklink store, we got empty drawers. Now you need bigger drawers for doing two Tower Bridges because they got, quantities in those. But I've also ran out of some of these boxes have been emptying up in Sterilite containers and things. So I'll be able to fill those up. And I got space to put more Sterilite containers if I need them for some of the bulk parts in those sets. I also picked up at Target. They still had the 2 for $5 on the Batman figures. And I'm thinking this is the one with the dolphin in it. If it's not, I'm pretty dumb. Okay, no, it is. That's the easiest one to find. The one with the dolphin. So I'm not going to go through all these here. I just literally just picked random ones, but I wanted to make sure I had the one with the dolphin. So I only need a few more. I got to go back and I don't know where I put the others. I probably should get a few. This is a pretty good deal, I think. $2.50 for this for one bag. That's a fair price, I think. So it's time to get it. Speaking of Toys R Us. All right, so a lot of people have been asking me if I knew about Toys R Us, and they're closing a lot of stores, and I did. Actually, the first place I heard about it was from my Lugs Facebook group. One of the guys sent me the link, and then, of course, a lot of you guys on YouTube have been sending links to different news articles about that. And I just want to give a quick thought about what I think about Toys R Us closing a lot of stores. And oddly enough, with my situation, the 2 stores that are closest to me are not on the list of those that will close. I don't know if that's good or that's bad, but it's because of the way that I go, like when I'm out and about, the stores that I go to the most actually aren't those 2 stores. The stores I go to the most are actually different stores, and several of those are closing. There's 3 of them that I go to that will be closing. I'm not really worried about it. This happens in retail. I remember as a kid, my first Lego sets were probably bought at a store called Grant's. Or is it Grand's? It's Grant's. And that closed, that went out of business like in the mid-70s, around 75 or 70, I think 76, Grant. And then the store front that was the Grant's got replaced by Kmart. So Kmart came in, and that was the closest retailer to us. And that's probably where the few sets that I had as a child came from. And then there was also another store called Lionel Playworld. It was actually a store very similar as to Toys R Us. And that was, Lionel Playworld was by far my favorite toy store. We also had smaller one, or the storefront was smaller. I don't know if it was a smaller chain or not, but Milton Bradley was another toy store I like going to. But we never bought anything at Milton Bradley because it was too expensive. There's also KB Toys. Zany Brainy, Some of the coolest hauls that I got long before YouTube came when Zany Brainy went out of business and when KB Toys went out of business. So there were some really good deals. So I think that's the only good thing is perhaps when they do this clearance from February to whenever these stores close in April. I had to go back and look at the article. There might be some good clearance deals to find, but my experience, some of these so-called store closing deals aren't necessarily that good in recent history, especially with Kmart. I mean, it's hard to find anything good at Kmart, even when they were going out of business. But I'm sure there'll be some deals to be had. But I don't think in the long term it's going to affect our hobby, because Lego's still going to be making the sets. Kmart's still out there, Target's out there, and we can always buy directly from Lego.com anyway. So there's been countless other stores that have gone out of business. I think of all those that I mentioned that have closed, Lionel Play World by far was the one that made me sad as a kid. I guess I was probably in my 20s when it closed, because they actually carried the Lego 4.5 volt trains. That's where I got some of my original Lego trains, was from Lionel Play World. And they also had the HO. They had a huge HO scale train aisle. It had mostly these Tyco kits and sets, and so I actually spent more time on the train aisle than I did the Lego aisle at Lionel Play World. But I really missed that, and I wish I had pictures. Wish I had taken pictures back then. And the Lionel Play World, it when it closed, they turned it into a school, and now the school closed and they've torn the building down. So I'm really kind of sad. It needed to be torn down. It looked pretty bad. I had actually thought about doing a video. I was going to show you all the different places we've bought Lego over the years. That Grant's, though, it's still there. Maybe I can go by there one day. It's like a Mexican supermarket or something. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I don't think that's where most people thought the conversation would go about the Toys R Us closing, but in the end, there'll be other things that replace it to fill that void of the handful of sets that I buy on clearance there. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. So thanks for watching this video. This turned out terribly. I gotta fix this. Let me know if you got any ideas of how to do a letter mosaic type thing. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. I'm BrickTsar.